If you're just joining us, we are here in Times Square as the USA Wrestling team takes on Russia at the 2011 Battle on Broadway, only on FCS. And welcome back to Times Square. It's the Battle on Broadway here on Fox College Sports, and we'll move to 66 kilos, 145.5 pounds, and meet three-time All-American and two-time NCAA champion Brent Metcalf. Back in 2008, Metcalf won the Dan Hodge Trophy. It's the Heisman of wrestling, and he's one of three Hodge winners on the U.S. team here today.
Oh, it's just impressive to see the start of wrestling and to see these athletes develop into NCAA champions and ultimately Olympians, and that's what Mr. Metcalf is actually pursuing. And to be able to come back and graduate with a degree and then be an NCAA champion twice, and now be able to represent America, here at Times Square, that's something special for Brent.
Oh, there's an interesting shot for you. Part of those celebrities. You saw Matthew Modine, but the guy next to him, Frank Jasper, they have some history. Way back in the 80s, there's this movie called Vision Quest. Matthew Modine was Loudon Swain. Frank Jasper was the noted just villain of wrestling. Shoot. Anyway, the villain right now for the United States is a young man, a 23-year-old named Magomedmurad Gadzhiev, Schultz champion. This guy has given Brent Metcalf fits here in the past, and we're underway here at 66 kilos.
But to go back to it, Vision Quest was a movie that I had the opportunity to watch many a times overseas, internationally, get you to remember the sport of wrestling, the character that you develop, and it brought me back to a lot of memories that really helped me stay focused in the sport of wrestling. So it's just good to see so many great actors and then people in the sport of wrestling support this.
They let you lug a VCR all the way overseas?
DVD, baby.
Oh, okay, I was going to say. Back in your day, I think they were still using that tape stuff. Anyway, no scoring here in the early going. 1:22 remaining in period number one with Brent Metcalf. You want to talk about a guy that when he came out of high school at that powerhouse program in Davison, Michigan, and chose to follow a coach. He followed Tom Brands, and at the time, Brands was at Virginia Tech. When Brands left Virginia Tech and went to Iowa, Metcalf and several of his teammates went along with him. That's the type of dedication and desire Metcalf has. He wanted to be trained by a guy who he thinks is the best, and many around the country think is the best, in Tom Brands. And Metcalf's style, his bruising ability to score and break you, is the personification of Iowa-style wrestling.
Well, he's a grinder. He's a 100% grinder, just gets on your face, continues to put pressure on you until you make a mistake. And the contrary aspect is the Russians. They're very strong. They're very technical wrestlers. They don't panic. They've been put through many of these situations over and over through their training. And so even with the pressure on them, they know how to handle it. And this is kind of a contrast of different disciplines. The Russians being the classical wrestlers, Americans having to adapt themselves from the NCAA college rules to the international rules. It's a bit of a change, but the good athletes, the athletes that can adapt themselves, have an opportunity to go in and ultimately win Olympic medals and reach Olympic glory.
3, 2, and 1, and now is a situation where we have a scoreless period, so we will go to what is called the leg clinch. We walk over to the table. The athlete will draw a ball out of the bag. The referee, it'll either be red or blue. In this case, it's red. And as you see, red or blue, the wrestlers are wearing red and blue singlets. So in this case, Metcalf has won the draw, so he will have the chance to score from the leg clinch. He will pick a leg of his opponent and has 30 seconds to score any point from this position. If he does not score, Gadzhiev will be awarded the point. Now, down in on the leg is Metcalf trying to work up. Does he have control yet? He's got a lace. Loses it, looking for control, nothing yet.
No points given. You got to be able to control your wrestler. You got to be able to take him down.
Works up to the hips.
Opportunity to get hurt here.
Referee says 1. Is it confirmed? Looks like it is confirmed, and Gadzhiev tried to turn the corner, but the match, or in this case the period, 1-0 goes to Metcalf with just 6 seconds remaining in that extra frame. So Brent Metcalf will win the first period 1-0 by virtue of winning the leg clinch and finishing that takedown attempt. Here you see coming up, working the hips through, and it's so important to gain control despite having the ankle. Metcalf says, okay, yep, I've got you right here. Referee agrees, 1 point.
It is. It's all about interpretation. It's being able to scramble situation. He gets his lock, even though his leg's underneath him. The referee feels that control is given. 1 point's awarded for the takedown. Victory, first period.
Here we go in the second period. Metcalf, as we mentioned, the three-time All-American from Iowa, and two-time NCAA champion, a Hodge winner. We'll see 3 straight Hodge winners. After Metcalf, we'll see Jordan Burroughs, and then we'll see Jake Herbert. So, and when you talk about domination in college, Metcalf certainly did that. And of course, the natural progression after college is that quest for Olympic gold. One of those steps is right here in Times Square. I still can't believe, Rue, we're wrestling in Times Square.
Oh, it's something special. This is something that these athletes will be able to remember it forever. And to say that they had the lights of Broadway shining on their shoulders. Opportunity here for Metcalf. Front headlock position. He was defended out of it. Good defense. Gadzhiev with the opportunity for the underhook. Scramble, continuing to scramble. A lot of pressure. High crotch opportunity. Metcalf front headlock. Great scrambling, no points given, and both wrestlers starting to feel a little fatigued right now with 53 seconds.
A lot of action, no scoring. We'll come back to our feet and restart with 50 to go here in period 2. Metcalf won the first period 1-0. The second period, best 2 out of 3 in the 7 international weights here in this international dual meet, the Battle on Broadway.
Some people say it's not very much action when it's 0-0.
That was plenty of action for 0-0.
It's just counter wrestling, predicting what your opponent's going to do, you expecting it, countering it, and taking opportunity, both back and forth, back and forth. Offense, defense, chain wrestling. One athlete being able to put a bunch of moves together to chain wrestle for victory. Opportunity here, Metcalf getting close to the edge, potentially going out of bounds.
Spinning behind, gonna try to gain control and does, and gets the 1-point takedown on the edge with 11 seconds to go. Brent Metcalf takes control of the period with that takedown.
So close to being out of bounds, but scrambled back in to go around for the 1-point takedown. Great execution with 7 seconds left.
Got to defend here. Trying to overtie is Gadzhiev. Oh, he throws him to his back. Is he going to get the points? What's going to be the call here?
It's all
the referee
interpretation.
says 3. What did the chair and the judge say? Metcalf looks over to Zeke Jones and Bobby Douglas and says challenge. Wow. Metcalf just seconds away from winning the period in the match. And now we'll have to rely on the video review to see what the scoring was. Was timeout or was the scoring, was it a clean 3-pointer?
And that's
There's 2 questions to ask here.
Yeah, you have to be able to see when it was clear, when the point, how much time was left. Opportunity for a double overhook position here.
It's kind of a Greco throw there, Rulon.
Oh, and a double overhook. Metcalf isolated his hips. He didn't want to get pushed out, so he had to resist. He stepped in. As you can see, that right leg was back, and he was off balance, got out of position for the 1-point takedown.
Well, that position looked like they were going to give him 3. I think it's kind of hard to argue the 3-point from that last angle. We'll wait to see what the review says. But Magomedmurad Gadzhiev taking that, if there's time on the clock, there's time to score mentality. Pretty much by definition, a 23-year-old hailing from, get this, Rue, an area that knows its wrestling, the Dagestan region. Talking about both styles, freestyle and Greco. Well, it looks like they are going to give the period to Gadzhiev, and it's going to be an extra point, so it'll be a 4-1 period victory for Gadzhiev. And now we go to the third.
Score's not correct. It should be 0-0 back on the screen. Opportunity to start over. Both wrestlers winning 1 period, and it's now just a matter of who wants it more. Both wrestlers are fatigued. Gadzhiev is continuing to work that underhook. Metcalf taking that underhook, scrambling, and actually circling out of that position, continuing to clear the head, and just great action.
Fans trying to get behind Brent Metcalf here, the 24-year-old from Davison, Michigan, representing the New York Athletic Club right down the street here from Times Square. Rulon had a chance, been staying there to prepare for this thing, so Beat the Streets and the NYAC really doing a good job at helping promote this event.
Such a beautiful location, being able to be here at Times Square.
You see this?
In front of all these people, this is amazing.
Minute to go, no score, just like the first period, only we're in the third now. Metcalf wins the first, loses the second, nearly won that second, as you saw here moments ago. Under a minute to go, period 3.
Still battling, still brawling. Underhook, re-underhook, circle, pummel, snap down. Metcalf with the high crotch position. Potential takedown. Awarded 1-point takedown with an ankle leg position. Potentially a chance for a turn here too.
Metcalf with the 1-point lead with 30 to go. Been working on that chain wrestling situation or not. Too many times in college, we'll see you get the takedown and then try to work up and break your opponent down. As you just saw there, Metcalf scored the takedown, went right to the legs, tied his hands up, as well as Gadziev's legs, trying to get the ankle ace, and score points in bunches is really a key to winning internationally. And Brent Metcalf really working on that. Right now, got to work on his defense with 18 seconds to go here in period number 3.
Can't make the mistake like you did in the second period by relaxing. You got to keep in there, circling, continuing to move, not commit yourself, overcommit yourself. Good position, changing his level, circling, changing again, balancing, keeping everything neutral.
And that'll do it. So in 3 periods, Brent Metcalf will give the United States a victory at 66 kilos, 1-0, 1-4, 1-0 for your 3-time All-American and 2-time NCAA champion from Iowa. Brent Metcalf giving the United States a 2-1 lead here on the Battle on Broadway.
That's a great battle, continuing to stick to his guns. He's a brawler, he's a fighter, and that's exactly how he won this match. Brent Metcalf with the high crotch position, snuck in there, breaks him down for the chance to come out the back door, comes out the back door for a 1-point takedown. Just good execution. It's just a pass the arm, pass the elbow, hit the high crotch position, you crack him down for the 1-point takedown, realizing, that you have to be solid. Good, solid, strong technique, knowing exactly what opportunity you have for the 1-point takedown.
There you see Metcalf working to finish the match in this sea of humanity. You see Zeke Jones really liking what he sees there on the edge. Times Square, these fans got to see Brent Metcalf, one of the best wrestlers in the last 10 years from the NCAA history, come away with a big win for the United States.
Oh, it's absolutely huge to be able to come out and represent America at Times Square, and to know that this is going to be only something that makes you stronger and gets you ready for the next Olympic run, and that's within the next year, heading into London 2012.
So with that victory, Brent Metcalf gives the United States a 2-1 match lead. We'll be back with more of the Battle on Broadway here on Fox College Sports.